Today, let's talk about AudioPen, which is a web app which says here, converts voice notes into text that's easy to read and ready to share. So what we're going to do today is take a look at this web app and then talk about the marketing behind it, the no-code tools that Lewis uses in order to power this web app. We'll also talk about future growth and also the number of users that he talked about in a recent interview that he did with us. So a couple of things before we go into this. Firstly, if you want to learn how to build with no-code tools, go to nocode.mba and check out our courses. It's going to go through courses such as Bubble, how to use Stripe, how to use Webflow, etc. And then also after this, check out the interview that we did if you want to dig deeper into AudioPen and the person behind it. So Lewis explains AudioPen and talks about it in this way. You can ramble into the voice recorder inside the web app. And then AudioPen is going to use AI and then your directions in order to refine what you're saying, to draft things into a document or a note that you want. So for example, if you are a lawyer and you want to talk about a case, then you can ramble into the web app and then it's going to create documents based on what you say. If you are a blogger, you can ramble about an article and then it's going to craft that in a way using the guidelines that you want it to be in order to create a blog post. And this comes to our first point about how Lewis was thinking about what kind of user is this going to be for? How can he drill down on a user profile? And instead of making it for a specific niche, a specific type of user, he decided to open it to everyone because it has the ability to draft things into very unique ways. So again, if you're a lawyer, then you can draft it into legal documents. If you're a blogger, you can do the same. And he also found people who were creating content not in their first language using this tool as well. So that's quite interesting in that he didn't have a specific user profile in mind. Instead, it can be used for anyone who wants to stylize voice notes. Now, talking about getting users, the main source of users he has found is through Twitter or X. And Lewis is someone who builds in public. So he documents the journey. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. But he's constantly posting on Twitter about the journey, about AudioPen, and also just helping with really good content. Therefore, people have found AudioPen through that. Now, one thing that hasn't worked for him yet, and he's not likely going to continue with this, and it could just be the agency he used, but is TikTok ads. So he hired an agency. He said it was quite costly to create TikToks in order to try and grow his user base, but that didn't work for him. So far we have X, which has worked. TikTok has not worked. Again, that could just be because of the agency. Now, another thing that's worked is that he says he has a very generous free plan. And when you have a generous free plan, as we found out with the other no-code case studies, then people are more likely to share it. So they're more likely to say, hey, check out this tool because there's a free plan. People don't tend to share things that are really pricey and there's no good entry plan to it. So he believes having a generous free plan has helped him grow his users. He's also had some organic shout outs from some big accounts. And again, we found this with other no-code success stories that users will just go day to day, posting on Twitter, etc. And then one big account shares your tool and then suddenly lots of other people share that like a snowball effect. So these big boosts have really helped as well over time. Now, we mentioned before about Lewis building in public, and this just means sharing your journey as you build an app, as you build something online. And he talks about how it's important to do this, or the benefits of doing this is that people are going to follow your journey. They're invested in your journey. And if they are following your journey, then they're more likely to then actually get what it is that you produce at the end. But they also see people who take risks. They see people fail and then get back up again. And that shows people that the person behind the company is someone who is going to make this work. Now, in terms of the design of AudioPen, Lewis has talked about how he gets inspiration from Pinterest, that he's not a trained designer, but he spends a lot of time and he's really interested in this. So he'll play around in Figma to come up with the designs, and then he will put them into the Bubble app. He also is a solo builder, so he's built this by himself. And he's talked about how he's able to hold all the different aspects of the product in his brain. So things like the database, the design, the users, and marketing. And he believes this leads to random times when things just come together, when the ideas come, because he's able to have a big view of the whole project and then also get into the weeds of the project. And that gives him insights that he believes wouldn't happen if things were split up into different teams and units. Now, when we last spoke to Lewis, he mentioned that he had 50,000 registered users with 2,000 to 3,000 daily active users. And out of those 50,000 registered users, there are 4,000 paid users too. Now, he works on this part-time. He also works in his family business. And his goal with this is to be able to have it run without him being there. And the one thing that he still does on his own is customer service, because it doesn't take up too much time. He batches this, and in the future, he might be able to outsource it as well. But at the moment, this is a part-time thing, a side hustle project. But as you can see, 50,000 registered users means that it's gaining traction. So as of this time, it is a web app, and he has played around with wrappers before to make it native to the various app stores. But he's found that there are too many downsides to this. So that is AudioPen, a great app. I recommend trying it out. We'll leave a link in the description. Also in the description, we'll leave a link to the different no-code success stories and some of the other videos that are related to this. Now, like I said before, go to nocode.mba to check out our free content in the library here. You can also check out our courses where you can get access to the 60 plus curated courses that help you build websites, apps, automations, and more using no-code tools. So no code necessary. Nocode.mba is a website for that. Again, I'll leave a link in the description. Now, if you're new here, subscribe to the channel so that you get any new videos that we create. And then also, if you've enjoyed it, then please like the video and then share it with a friend. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.